So I've seen a lot of channels do a why small hamster cages are bad video. So I thought, why not I do one too? So there are quite a few reasons why small cages are bad. So number one, if you were to fit all of the just the things that your hamster needs without adding any extra things, it would take up most of the space. A lot of the cages out there that you'll see don't say like just for dwarf hamsters or something, which means you could put a Syrian hamster in it too. But Syrian hamsters need quite large wheels, and like they need much larger than dwarf. So you need to fit quite a big sand bath in, a fairly good sized hideout, a 8 to 12 inch wheel, and some toys or anything like tubes or something for your hamster to play in. And of course, you will need I don't know if I mentioned chew toys. So you need a lot of stuff, and you'll also need enough room to put a water bottle and a food dish, or unless you scatter feed your hamster, but you still will need space for a lot of things. I think I mentioned everything you need. Yeah, I think I mentioned everything. Sorry if I didn't. But those are just like the things that you just like the bare necessities that your hamster should have. Sorry if there's any noise in the background. Also, most of the small cages and most of the cages that people like pet stores will recommend are wire cages, and these just aren't very good because most wire cages you cannot fit enough bedding. Hamsters should have 5 to 6 inches of bedding, at least. Like I recommend more. I honestly recommend more, but they should have at least 5 to 6 inches in a section, just so that they're able to actually burrow. But you can't burrow in like 5. You can't burrow in 3 or 2 inches of bedding. It's just impossible. Like, how can you burrow in this much bedding? It's impossible. So that is another thing. Also, small cages can make your hamster feel very cramped and trapped, and that can equal stress. Because what if you were to be locked in your bedroom for the rest of your life? It would not be fun. Like, what if you had one toy? Sorry if there's any noise. My brother is just digging in his Lego box. But what if you had one toy, food, water, and a bed, like to sleep in your bedroom, and then you were locked in your bedroom for the rest of your life? It would not be fun. So that is another thing. Your hamster can feel very cramped. And the sad thing is, most of the hamster cages out there are much too small, and most people can't afford a right cage. And I just want to say that make sure before you're buying a pet that you can afford everything, because if you can't afford what your pet needs, then I recommend don't getting it at all. But there are a lot of cheap options. There is bin cages. They are an easy do-it-yourself way to make a cage. My cage is actually a bin cage, and you can just get some I can't remember what Velcro it is, but you can get Velcro, and you can attach your water bottle with that. And bin cages can allow you to put deep substrate, and as well as they can be quite large. But make sure before you're getting a hamster that you have enough space to provide a big enough cage, and your hamster can still be bored in a large cage, so make sure that you have enough space to upgrade if your hamster does get bored. Because if you assume that your cage is over the bare minimum, so your hamster is going to be happy, your hamster can still get bored. So don't just think because it's over the bare minimum that your hamster is never going to be unhappy again, because there's a very big chance that your hamster can still get very bored in a cage over the bare minimum, so always make sure that you have a cage large enough. Also, another thing is that they can cause, small cages, I mentioned this before, but small cages can cause lots of stress. Stress things can involve bar biting, bar climbing, and monkey barring. These are not your hamster just like acrobatic and trying to just like have fun or something, or your hamster trying to wear down its teeth. It is actually a sign of boredom and stress. So if you see your hamster doing any of these, then you need to upgrade your enclosure. There are not many barred cages that are over the bare minimum, but if you have a cage over the bare minimum and your hamster is still bar biting or anything like that, then you need to upgrade. If you don't have a wire cage and you don't know how to know if your hamster's boredom, cage pacing is another thing that they can do if they are bored or stressed. So if you see your hamster doing anything like this, then you will definitely need to upgrade if you want your hamster to live a healthy, happy life. Also, robo hamsters especially need a very large sand area, and you usually can't fit a very big sand area at all in a small cage, so you can probably only fit like my friend's hamster. It came in actually a large cage. She has upgraded the sandbox, but her hamster came in a large cage, but it literally had this size, like it was a different color of this type of dish for a hamster, which is not good. I don't use dishes, by the way. That is just on my table. I use it to put a little treat in there every once in a while for my hamster, but I scatter feed my hamster. There's also a lot of ways to just make a hamster cage. You can just use wood and glass panels and stuff like that, and you can make your own. So I hope this video has been helpful. I think I mentioned pretty much everything. If you noticed, I didn't mention something about why small cages are bad and things. I'm sorry. I think I mentioned everything, but I'm sorry if I forgot something. But I hope this video has been helpful. So, bye!